In this video, I'm gonna show you how to completely disassemble the SSG96. I'm gonna start with taking off the scope because we don't need it here, and it's just better to have it clean and separate. Then I'm gonna start with removing the bolt right here. For that, I'm gonna unscrew this cheek rest right here. It is the same as quick exchange spring, but for complete disassembly we have to do it as well. Now we have to pull down this spring guide stopper right here, and we can take out the whole cylinder with all the internal parts. Let's get back to that a little bit later. We can also unmount the bipod. We don't need it. And now we also remove the magazine, which we forgot in there. And here we have 3 screws. For this, you can just do it with your hand, or if it's too tight, like in this case, just take, pointed tool, pull it there, and now you can start unscrewing. Keep this aside, and now it's best to use a long Allen key which came with the rifle, and just unscrew this screw in the middle, and now this one in the back. It's better to do it more than less, because you never know when you are done with unscrewing. And now we can separate the 2 parts, just like that. With this body, we can also take out these 2 screws to remove the recoil pad, which I can show you as well. Okay, this one is done. Okay, and now we can take it off. Now you can put more spacers, you can take the spacer off, depends on your preference. I'm gonna keep it together for the purpose of this video. I'm just gonna set it aside. Now you can also remove this sling attachment point, but I will also keep it there. You should never disassemble the stock because it is just not necessary. There is nothing of interest on the inside. So we will just set it aside. And now we will continue with the upper receiver and the barrel. Here we have the stock connector. Just gonna keep it aside right here. And now we will need a Phillips head. And I will unscrew the magazine holder. There is a little screw right here with a Phillips head. Just gonna unscrew this one. Keep the screw in there, don't lose it. You don't want to start replacing it. Okay, we can take off the spring guide stopper as well. And now we can take a look at the trigger box. So again, Phillips head screwdriver will do. One screw, and now the second one. And we have the trigger box. Let's set it aside. And now here we have a small Allen key, which kind of fixes the barrel in place. So don't forget to untighten this one before you start, unscrewing the barrel. For that, a small Allen key will do. Let's check if this one will fit. Yes, it fits. So I'm gonna unscrew this little screw. If you forget about this little screw, you can damage the thread on the barrel, which is something you certainly don't want to do. So now it's almost all the way out, and I can start unscrewing the barrel. It's a long thread, so it will take you a while. Now we have the upper receiver, which is pretty much done. Here, if you want to convert to a left hand bolt handle, you can unscrew these two screws that are right here. I would need a bigger Phillips head, which I have right here. That's the first screw, and now the second one. And now, as you can see, this will pop out, and you can exchange the bolt handle to the left side, then put the screws back in, and you are good to go if you are a lefty. Now I'm gonna put it back in place because we won't need it for our disassembly. Just gonna pop it in place and tighten these screws back again so that I don't lose anything. If you are right-handed, you will never have to do this. Just leave it in place and it's good. Okay, so this is the upper receiver. Just gonna put it back aside, and now we have the inner barrel and the outer barrel with the hop-up chamber. We can tap it a little bit. And now the inner barrel will come out, and there is still a spacer on the inside and the end cap right here. So let's get these out as well. So I'm gonna unscrew the cap. So the end cap is off and we still have the spacer inside. You can leave it there because it's not doing anything really, it just stabilizes the barrel inside, or you can take a really long rod and you can push it out if you need to do so, but most of the time it's completely unnecessary. You can just leave it in there. Now we have the inner barrel with the hop-up chamber, and we can continue our disassembly. So now I'm gonna need pliers to unscrew this insert that stabilizes the chamber. So I'm just gonna hold it like this, and I'm gonna untighten it a little bit, and now I can do it with just my hand. All the way out, and I can slide it over the barrel and set it aside. To remove the hop-up arm, we need something pointy, which I have here, and we can push the pin out from the chamber. Make sure to go from the right side out, so have the barrel on your right side, and now you can push the pin out. Okay, now the pin is almost all the way out. I'm gonna try to grab it with the pliers. No. I need a little bit more. Okay, now I can grab it with the pliers and just take it out. You know, keep it aside, don't lose it. And now I can take off the hop-up arm with the set screw. Also here we can see an insert, which is there to fix the barrel with the magazine catch. You can just kind of remove it. It can also fall off on its own, so don't lose it. Okay, now we are ready to remove the barrel with the hop-up bucking. Just like that, you just slide it out, and that's it. You can remove the hop-up bucking just like that. And here you can see that we still have the plastic ring right here. You can keep it there because there is a secret that holds it together, and you don't really need to take it off. And now we still have the whole cylinder, so we will continue our disassembly with this part right here. Just take needle nose pliers and just slide in these two holes. They have to be thin enough to fit in there. Sometimes you can do it with just your hand, but that's kind of hard. So just take something you have around, get it going, and now you can continue with your fingers. Okay, we have the cylinder head, the piston, the spring, and also the spring guide right here. Now to take off the back and the bolt handle, we need to unscrew this screw right here. So we will need a flathead screwdriver and just unscrew it. Now we can remove the firing pin indicator, which is actually this long. Set it aside. And now carefully take off the back because there is pins on the inside here and 2 on the inside, along with 2 little springs and 1 longer spring here, which we don't want to lose, so be careful with this part. And also we can take off the bolt handle, and there is a little pin inside of here, right here. So just, let it fall into your hand, and now you have it. And of course the cylinder itself. That's been it for the disassembly, and in the next video we will put it back together.